Hello everyone, I'm Eric Stormblade from Silent Angel. I'm back here at CK Music to present to you Blackstar Amplification's latest offering, the St. James range of amplifiers for the guitar. Now, just fresh from their recent release of the Department 10 range of pedals just a little over half a year ago, the tonal wizards at Blackstar in Northampton had not been resting on the laurels, and they are unleashing yet another onslaught of technologically advanced tonal monsters onto the denizens of Planet Guitar. And what we have here today are the two variants of the St. James range of guitar amplifiers. We have the EL34 and the 6L6 variant. They come in both head and a 2x12 cabinet configuration, and also a 1x12 combo. So these amps retain all the essential features and hallmarks of a classic valve amplifier. And of course, we have the EL34 variant here, which has two EL34 valves in the power amp stage and two ECC A3 valves in the preamp stage. And for the 6L6 variant, we have this in with two 6L6 valves in the power stage and also two ECC A3 valves in the preamp stage. So this lovely EL34 variant actually takes after a classic low gain style, popular, beloved British amplifier that harkens back to the good old days of the rock and roll era. So you think Beatles and such. So now it has a very chimey and bright setting in the clean, which also can be tweaked to make it warm and fat, and also it has a little bit of a mild overdrive. So if you add the, if you just engage the 10 dB boost, you can actually turn it from chimey to warm and even beyond that. So this is a totally different beast. And now on to the 6L6 variant. So the 6L6 is the complete polar opposite of the EL34. So this is a modern tonal monster, right? So it has a clean channel, which is derived off the very popular American clean amp. So, and of course, it has the drive channel, which is actually a very modern high gain sound, drive sound, and it has a voicing switch as well. So the voicing switch actually adds saturation, depth and girth, and of course a very resonant low end chug to the tone. The St. James cab is another marvel altogether. Blackstar has closely collaborated with Celestion in an effort to design a very lightweight speaker for their new range of amplifiers, and housed within this cabinet is not one but two Celestion Zephyrs. The voicings of these Celestion Zephyr speakers are very reminiscent of this legendary Celestion Vintage 30. So it packs a huge tonal punch, alright? It certainly doesn't punch like a vegetarian, as what Arnold Schwarzenegger said on his one movie with Sylvester Stallone. And the other beauty about this amp is that, this cab rather, is that at just the tug of the back panel, you can actually convert it from a fully closed back cab to an open back at just the tug of the panel, because it's actually held together by Velcro. So it's just a simple tug at the panel, it's off, and you get an open back. So you have a plethora of tonal options there. Despite its small size, this amp is packed and loaded with features. Okay? It has 4 and 16 ohm speaker extension configurations. It also has a send and return effects loop. The inbuilt reactive load allows for the user to actually have silent recording. So the reactive load drives the valves without actually having the speakers connected. So you're able to, do silent recording on your own time and such. The St. James range of amps also features Blackstar's proprietary cab rig function, which, as some of you might already know, is the next generation DSP speaker simulator that reproduces the sound and feel of a mic'd up guitar cabinet, through the state-of-the-art digital processing. So with over 250 cab and mic combinations, you're able to actually, create your preset and store it in one of the three sections within this amp. One is able to also deep dive using the free software, which is Blackstar Amplification, to actually, open up a world of tonal possibilities through using the balanced XLR, and of course the line out for your headphones. And it also has a low latency USB audio connectivity for home recording. Another beautiful feature of this amp is the power switch, as you will see on the front panel. So the power switch actually gives the user the option to switch between its fire-breathing 50-watt mode, and of course the middle setting is the sag switch, the sag setting, which actually accentuates the natural compression of a tube amp to give it a softer and more vintage feel. And you have the bedroom-friendly 2 watts, which I hope will not cause the neighbors to call the cops onto you. So yeah, these amps are actually the world's lightest 50-watt all-tube amps, coming in at only 6.7 kilos for the head and 12.8 kilos for the 1x12 combo. But its tone is anything but lightweight, as you will soon find out. So I'll just do a quick playthrough and I'll briefly explain the finer points of the amp as I go along. So the EQ settings are all set to 12 noon, and of course the onboard reverb is set to 12 noon as well. So let's get into it! And now, let's check out the clean channel. Let's hear how it sounds like. And personally, I'm really loving it. So here's how it sounds like. So just take a listen to that resonance, the sustain, and it's coming from a guitar with a Floyd. And the beauty about this clean channel is that the notes, the notes are very clear, crisp. It's warm. It's not brittle. It's bright but not brittle. So, and I'm only playing it at a full 50 watts, but the master volume is only set at just probably between 1 and 2. So between probably 8 and 830. So it's a very low volume, but you get that projection. The tonal projection, from all the notes is already there. So now let's take a listen to how it sounds like with the drive channel engaged. So my drive is actually just set at around 1 to 130. So it's not, I'm not utilizing the full range of the drive channel at the moment. So check out that heaviness, the saturation, And as for me, I always love having the voice engaged because it allows to have further saturation, more girth, and a better resonant low end chug, as you will discover right now. So let's check it out. Okay, as you will notice, despite just having this 3-band EQ, the EQ settings are very, very responsive. A little tweak of it goes a long way. So here's everything at 12 noon, and I'll just be playing around a little bit with it. So. So as you can see, or rather hear, despite the many layers of saturation in the drive channel, it still retains that clarity, that note for note, that clarity and string separation, even when chords are played fast, as I've shown earlier. And this amp is loud, it's massive, it is in your face, it punches, right. The punch is all there, and I'm actually at a loss for words at the moment. So, despite all this, it is not harsh. There's a certain degree of finesse and control, within the tones of this amp that makes it a very polished gem. So, I mean, it makes me just want to keep playing and playing. That's how good this amp is. One thing I've got to say is that this amp is very well thought through, because it has some additional features that are often overlooked, but it's actually vital, especially with an amp like this. It is, there's so much technology and circuitry imbued into such a compact package that the guys at Blackstar have actually very nicely fitted in a cooling fan at the back of the amp to vent out the excess heat from such a small package. And aesthetics-wise, well, you cannot miss the LED lit Blackstar logo, on both the head and of course the cap, and it comes with, of course, a combo as well. So it gives it a very boutique feel to it. And one very, very good feature about this amp is that it has universal voltage, which allows it to be run from 90 volts all the way to 250 volts. So you're actually able to carry this amp anywhere in the world, wherever you go, it's just plug and play. You do not have the need or requirement to bring along a step up or a step down transformer. So kudos to Blackstar for this. Another question that comes to mind, which is actually in the mind of a lot of us guitar players, that how does it sound if it's paired with some pedals? So, well, I cannot give you a definitive answer, but I will actually be playing through the Department 10's white boost and of course the dual distortion. So we'll actually take a listen and hear the outcome of how it sounds like when the pedals are engaged. So of course I'll be starting with the white boost into the clean channel, and let's listen and see if there's actually a huge difference in tone and character. So here is how it sounds like without the pedal engaged. And here is how it sounds like with the pedal engaged. without. And with. What a significant difference. I mean, I barely tweaked anything. The EQ is set at 12 noon, so it's a very flat EQ section. The gain knob is somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock, you know, so it has that minimal amount of gain set to it. So I just wanted to give it a little bit more of a push, you know, rather than a shove. And wow, yeah, this it's amazing. And so let's hear, you know, if there's any difference with the drive channel engaged with the voicing on as well. So let's get into it. Do you hear that? I mean, you know, that little bit of additional, I will use this term, hair, you know, on the surrounds, the edges, you know, of the sound that's being generated. My God, you know, that adds a little bit more girth, a little bit more thickness. But boy, you know, that it changes the entire dimension of the sound. So, you know, this pedal actually complements, you know, the already awesome tonal aspect of this amp. All right, so let's move on and let's see how it sounds like when we use a drive pedal to the front of the amp. And for that, I'll be relying solely on my favorite, Department 10's dual distortion. So I have it in channel 2, and I'm going for the highest gain setting on this pedal. So let's check it out. Okay, this thing totally crushes it. Oh boy, as in like how we say it in Asia, Fuyo! What more can I say? This amp is all it's cracked up to be and then more. See, the wizards at Northampton had taken a lot of factors into consideration during the design and conception of the St. James amp. You know, you have tons of modern technology, coupled up with classic valve technology, packed up into a compact housing and a lightweight package, makes this amp, a winner, a definite winner in my book. Now, just some wishful thinking on my side, okay, but I'm hoping that Blackstar will now up the ante by making the world's lightest 100-watt St. James amp with possibly about 4 channels with independent EQ. So, but that's just me, speaking out loud. But definitely come down to CK Music and all their participating dealers. Check this amp out, try it out for yourself, and experience it for yourself. Alright, so I'd like to give a massive shout out and thanks to the awesome team at CK and City Music for making this possible. Now, I'll be doing another video of this very soon with Silent Angel's recording engineer, mixing engineer and co-producer Rahmat Kamikaze. So look out for the video when it's released. And of course, do follow us on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Look for Silent Angel Band, one word. Alright, so all of you, stay safe, stay healthy, stay well, stay metal, and peace out!